Welcome everybody, my name is Michael, and today we're discussing about a company almost on the same level as Chase, which by the way, I finally got my money back today. That was nice. I was able to pay my bills, but I was without it for 3 days. Well, whatever. Anyways, Coinbase, that's right. They also have a blue logo, and I'm sure you're very familiar with all of the issues that they've had over the past few years, even though they've grown to be one of the largest crypto companies on the planet, and that's mainly due to good investors being the first on the block, actually having a product that works. Just kidding. No, their product sometimes works. So there was a couple things that led to their success, but there's also a couple things that could lead to their downfall. And one of them, this isn't a big story, but it still adds on to all of the problems that Coinbase has. I know every single company on this planet, even the best ones, my favorite is Binance. I know Binance has definitely had its fair share of issues as well, but Coinbase just takes the top of the things. It's the cream of the crop in terms of being the problematic. It's the ugly the ugly duckling of the family. I can't speak today. Anyways, you know what I mean. So 6,000 users of Coinbase. That's not me because I was banned many years ago, and hopefully you don't use it, but 6,000 normal users of Coinbase got phished. That's right. If it was one or two people, okay. 6,000 though, that's a lot of people. You could fill an entire Walmart full of those people, and I'm pretty sure that would be over fire safety standards, but 6,000 people is an entire parking lot. Actually, multiple parking lots. That's like small stadium style, I guess. That's a pretty large concert right there. 6,000 people got phished and all their funds were stolen. We're talking about millions of dollars. A lot of money, and Coinbase has pledged that they're going to get this money back. So this is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because it shouldn't happen in the first place. Coinbase shouldn't have to give money back because it shouldn't have occurred either way. Now, of course, phishing will always happen to any platform, but there should be some protections if there's thousands of people getting phished. That means something's off here. What's going on? So what essentially happened is there was a flaw from Coinbase's side for SMS verification, two-step verification. SMS has failed many times, and not just Coinbase, so it is something that there needs to be a giant warning when you have SMS enabled instead of a application, which I think is Authy for Coinbase. That might be a little bit safer. It's still not 100% safe, but it's better than SMS verification, where with SMSs, what happened is all these 6,000 clients, first of all their details were gotten into. The Coinbase servers weren't affected, but they started with their emails, and then when they got to the step of SMS verification, due to the flaw in Coinbase's system, they were able to get access through SMS verification. Once they got in, they just drained all the funds. Now, 6,000 people, sure, there might be some people who lost $100. There might be some multimillionaires, which, by the way, you shouldn't hold a lot of money. If you're going to hold anything on an exchange, especially an exchange like Coinbase, where there's a fair amount of outages, not even talking about phishing attacks or hackers or whatnot, but there's just outages. And sometimes when there's a lot of volume, you can't even get to your money. That's not too good. It's seriously the Chase of the crypto world. It's your money, but not really. Sometimes it's your money when you can access it. When you can't, you just gotta wait. Maybe you'll get access to your money someday. So this is the problem. If you have too much money on Coinbase and you can't access it, what do? You have to move it. So hopefully these people learn, and hopefully no one was affected with millions of dollars. But 6,000 people, we already know we're talking about millions, potentially tens of millions of dollars that were lost. Coinbase did not reveal, they don't want to reveal the full extent of the financial damages, but it's pretty easy to guess. So probably on average, each user has a few thousand. Obviously there's going to be outliers there. Someone might have had 10 million, who knows, but shame on them. So Coinbase is getting a lot of flack for this one, because it took months for them to basically say anything about this whole situation, which is weird because, this happened not like last month or 2 months ago. This happened in March March through May, it was happening to a lot of customers, so it was over a time span. But still, this just goes to show you that something that's this large. When I had problems with Coinbase, it took like 2 months for them to respond until I started making a little bit of a storm for them, a PR storm. Not that it was much, but I started discussing on Twitter, making YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure someone from Coinbase staff saw that, which might have expedited the process. But for an average Joe, yeah, you're going to be waiting months. And even in such a large case like this one, you're going to be waiting months. So that's why they're receiving flack, is because they had an IPO and they're supposed to be this massive multi-billion-dollar corporation that's doing a lot of whole good, but it's too big. It's too big. It's failing. So Coinbase never decided to go into the details because they're saying, oh, we don't want to disclose information for privacy reasons so that other hackers don't have access to how exactly they got away with it. But they didn't really mention of all the people that got hacked, all their funds were stolen. They said, yes, there was a vulnerability, and yes, some people were affected, kind of like today on Facebook. Twitter went, Facebook went down, WhatsApp went down, Instagram went down, massive losses, billions of dollars evaporated in their stock because, it was down for hours, nothing worked, and on Facebook they're like, oh yeah, it's down for some people, and then you got like 30,000 comments where it's like, no, it's down for the whole world. So Coinbase, it's not that a couple customers got affected, it's that 6,000 got affected. And they're like, well, we recommend, for all these users, a safer form of verification next time. That's great, Coinbase. Well, at least you did refund the money. I mean, technically you could have been much worse about that, but, it's not setting the standards up high. So that's today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Leave your comments down below about Coinbase. Not much else to say. If you're new to the channel, stick around, and see you guys as always tomorrow. Have a great